Dr. Chris Lord. And what I wanted to talk about was Trump and Obama. And I wanted to tell you that both Trump and Obama are going to burn in hell. I'm going to explain why. But before I explain that, I was just going to wait for people to join. In the meantime, I can talk to you a little bit about myself and tell you more about who I am. My name is Dr. Chris Lord. I have a doctorate in material science and engineering. I am an inventor. I'm an architect. I'm a builder. I'm a doctor. I'm not yet a medical doctor, but I do have interest in the health sciences and medical sciences and in creating technologies that can be better used um, by people to be healed of diseases in non-invasively. Today's medical industry focuses on only testing you when they see there is a need, which means that you get sick. I want to change that culture and I want to make um, diagnostic tools that people can take every so often that give us at least a 6-month view of what's developing in a person. Um, so maybe people can take it every 6 months or maybe even every year or more frequently than that to determine if there are patterns of disease or illness that are developing in them, right? And that to determine if there are, patterns of illness or disease that are developing in people, and to heal them before it gets worse. Sorry about that. So that's one of my ideas. Basically, we're gonna not only change the way we do medicine, but change the way we do crime. Basically, what I want to do is I want the police to show up before the crime happens so that we can stop the crime from even happening. If you've ever seen the show Person of Interest, that's what I want to do. Basically, we can look at trends and analyze situations and determine when something tragic may about to be happening, and we can get in front of it and stop it before it becomes worse. Hey, thanks for joining. My name is Dr. Chris Lord. What I wanted to tell you and talk to you about, first of all, please drop your name in the chat. Let me know who you are. If you would like to join the chat, please let me know. Please drop your name in the chat, where you're from. Please, hello, my name is Dr. Chris Lord. Please drop your name in the chat and tell me where you are from. I want to talk to you a little bit about President Trump and President Obama, former President Obama, and why they are going to hell. They are going to burn in hell. Hello, Solon Alford. Where are you from? Harper, hi. Where are you from? The discussion today is a cautionary tale. I just want to help you to understand that hell is not a place that people just from North America. Okay, that's fine. You don't want to pinpoint your exact location. That's good. I guess you could have also said planet Earth. You could also said this universe, right? Thanks, Harper. You're from Cali. We're in Cali. I was out in Santa Clara, San Jose, also Livermore. I did research over there at Livermore National Lab. Buneamk. Uh Ayaz Simsek, how you doing? Okay, you're from Pennsylvania, Solon. Okay, thank you. If any of you want to join, let me know. What we're talking about today is a cautionary tale. I really want to make this very clear. This is something that you're not going to hear from anyone else. So pay attention. If you need to take notes, take notes. Okay. What we're discussing is what really qualifies a person for hell. A lot of people say that it's not believing in Jesus Christ, right? Unemployment, final boss. Hey, Loomis, how you doing? Thank you for commenting. A lot of people say that what qualifies you for hell is not believing in Jesus Christ. Now, let me just tell you something. Christians think that they, just like the Jews did, this was a mistake that the Jews made. They think that they are the ones who are the arbiters of who gets into hell and who gets into heaven. But can I tell you something? I like that, Vegas Brown. Heart condition. D-Mix, I am a guy, but I'm also a girl. Thanks for asking, D-Mix. I was born female, but I am presently transitioning over to the guy side because I love women and I love to insert my rod into women. Yes, that's right, D-Mix. That's right. So that's what I'm working on. I like what Vegas Brown said. Heart condition. Absolutely. You know, the truth of the matter is that we don't know what's going on in people's hearts. We have no idea what's going on their inside. Just because on the outside, Trump goes to church or Obama goes to church doesn't mean that God knows who they are. It doesn't even mean that God cares about who they are. Do you understand that? And thanks for liking my video, people. Please, if you get a chance after this, I want you to go to my TikTok. I could use some followers there. It's Mayor Chris Lord. That's Mayor Krislord over at TikTok. Okay? That's right, Harper. Okay? Just because you call God's name doesn't mean God calls your name. Look at the patterns. And that's how you can determine whether or not a person, even yourself, is going to enter hell or not. How are you living your life? When we look at Trump, what is the one thing that Trump has been focused on for years now? Can anyone tell me in the chat? What is the one thing that Trump has been focused on for years now? Can anyone guess? Even since his apprentice time. What is the one thing that Trump has been focused on for years now? Can anyone take a guess? And drop it in the chat if you know. And if you don't know, it's okay. He's done it recently with a lady by the name of Lisa Cook. He tried to cook her. But I think he's the one who's going to get cooked in hell for eternity. Okay? Hey, Vegas Brown. You call it winning? I call it firing. Right? Now, think of the word firing. What precedes the ing? The F, the I, the R, and the E. So Trump has been focused on firing people, right? That's his big deal. You're fired, right? That's the thing that has brought him much acclaim and much money and fame. Is he says to people, "You are fired." But here's the thing: what you focus on is where the power flows in your life. And if he's always focused on firing people, then the reason why he could be focused on firing people is because he himself is going to be fired. Where the focus goes, the power flows. So if he's thinking about firing people, then the reason why Trump is always thinking about firing people is because inherently he knows he's been fired. And not only that, he's going to be fired over and over and over and over again. He is fixated on firing. And the reason why Trump is fixated on firing is because Trump knows that he is under fire, a perpetual fire called hell. Look at your life, people. Look at your life and look at what is your defining theme. What is the theme that rules you? And I'm telling you right now that Obama is just like Trump, but he's the blue version. Basically, Obama is if Trump was a Democrat. Obama is basically a Democratic Trump. And Trump is basically a Republican Obama. So what you have to do for yourself is you have to imagine what would be the case if Obama switched teams today? And what would be the case if Trump switched teams today? What would they look like? They would look like each other. That's what you have to understand and get. That Obama would look just like Trump if Obama decided to join the Republicans. And Trump would look just like Obama if Trump decided to join the Democrats. So that's what you need to understand as to why both Trump and Obama are going to burn in hell once they die. Once they die, it's over for them. Their time is very short. They should know that by now. Their time is very short. Once they die, once former President Obama and soon to be former President Trump die, I promise you, okay, mark my words. My name is Dr. Chris Lord. Mark my words, they're going to burn in hell. For the people who are joining the chat, please tell me your name, where you're from. Tell me, what do you think? Do you think that Trump and Obama are going to burn in hell? And my question to you is, what do you think qualifies a person for heaven versus hell? That's my question to you, to the chat. What do you think? I'm telling you right now what's going to happen. Trump is going to burn in hell. The reason why is because Trump focuses on firing people. Now, did you know in the Bible, God says that we should be careful how we entertain strangers? We should be careful how we treat strangers. Many people have entertained angels or messengers from God without even being aware of it. That means there have been at least once in everyone's life, right, where you will encounter an angel without being aware of it, or a messenger from God without being aware of it. And the question becomes, how did you treat that messenger from God? How did you treat that angel? And if your claim to fame is firing people who don't kiss up to you or suck up to you, then you're going to have a problem, because angels don't always tell you things you know, right? So if Trump knows that he's so great and so grand and so wonderful, angels come to warn you about things you don't know. That's why they're messengers from God. So this is a big problem for Trump and for Obama, because Obama just stays glued to the blue side and Trump stays glued to the red side. Okay? But there might be someone on either side who has a message for them from God that will save their souls, save their spirits, save their bodies from entering hell. And they wouldn't know it because they don't revere or respect anyone but the people who gloat to them, but the people who suck up to them, but the people who make them feel good and tell them things that they like to hear. And this is a cautionary tale for all of you people who are listening to me right now.